Good morning. Well, the craziness hopefully will die down at least a little bit on this load. As you can see behind me, that's me back there, and I'll go over that here in a second. It's just been insane. My days have been, well, we'll get into that over the next few days. If you follow me on Instagram or CDL Life, you already know that I took a military load, a big old truck tank, I think is what they call it, up to Salt Lake City area. And I delivered that yesterday, and as a matter of fact, here's a clip as I tried to vlog. What's up? We just stopped for a little restroom break and thought I'd show you what I'm hauling. So as you can see back there, I've got a piece of military freight. They call it a truck tank, and that's 42,000 pounds. But the timing has just been, it's just been nuts. Yesterday I had to hammer down the entire time just to barely get there. And then when I got there, they, I guess there was some serious miscommunication between the broker and them, as they didn't have anybody there to unload. I called a couple times, but so far every time I've called military base, I don't get an answer. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. But it just happened to be this time I didn't. So, the broker told me that I was good. He spoke with them and said that I'd be unloaded on Friday. And considering that I had one vehicle, I didn't think I'd be there long. Well, when I got there, there was nobody there to unload me. So the military, being just as fabulous as it is, they told me they underpromised and over-delivered. I told them that I had 1 hour basically to get to load these, and they said, well, you're probably not going to make it. We apologize, sir, for the miscommunication. They had somebody there within 15 minutes, and I was unloaded in about 25 minutes or so. So, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you guys do. So, and then I headed over and picked these bad boys up. So I'm gonna flip you guys around real quick. And there you have it. I have spas. Interesting. It's the first time I've hauled them, and you have to be kind of delicate with them. And we'll go over into all of that a little bit later on in the vlog, but as you can see, look at that. Uh-oh, I got to use one of my tarps finally. So we'll talk about that later too. So pretty nice, but this is going all the way across the United States. And normally you don't want to do that because you're kind of cutting into your profits. You really don't want to go more than about halfway across the United States, and then you can go the other half, and that'll work out to more money rather than going all the way across. But I had a couple things working against me. I was in Salt Lake City on a Friday. Friday's just not really the best time to come out of Salt Lake City with open deck. At least, that's what's happened to me the last 2 times that I've been there. However, on truck stop, the load board truck stop, I found this load, and this load is paying really well. And because I'm going up to the Northeast. Now, I don't go up to the Northeast unless it's paying really well, and this one happens to be doing just that. It has, get ready for it, it has 8 stops. 8! So, normally I don't do LTL either. This is just, I don't know, this is just weird, but I kind of had to take what I could get coming out of Salt Lake. There wasn't a plethora of freight over there. I could have gotten out, but it would have been extremely cheap. Or I could put my big boy pants on and take this load. So that's what we're gonna do. But we've got a ton of miles to put down over the next few days. So yeah, let's go. Stop for a quick coffee break and restroom break, but oh, look at that, look at that. Ah, it's exciting, I love it. You can see that there's more riding down here. You can see that actually from that custom tarp video, so if you're curious about that, you can check that link right up there. But we're gonna talk about the tarps on the next break. Right now we're gonna talk about these spas, and you can see that I've got triple stacks, and then in the back, I've got some double stacks right back there over my shoulder. Up here, you're gonna throw a belly strap over this this second tub here, and you're only gonna throw one. The reason, these spas, you have to be very, very careful with because they're extremely delicate. And so you're gonna wanna put one belly strap over the center, and then you're gonna put two up over the top, right up there. You can see that above my head. And that's it, you know, for stacks of 3. Back here on this double stack back there, you can see that there's just 2 straps back there. But nice English, it's got, there's the southern in me. All right, let's start this over. Okay, so you can see that it has these little red markers, and I'm not sure if all spas or all spa loads have this on there. I would imagine probably so, but Bullfrog does in particular. And you're gonna need to get these straps as close as you can to those red marks there. That's also gonna be where the dunnage is gonna go through. So you're gonna need to get those as closely as you can to those red lines, but don't over tighten. It's very, very easy to damage these spas, and that was a big concern. I had, the broker called me on the way over here. I kind of, poked a little bit of fun at him on TikTok and CDL Life, but I made a little video. But he was trying to do his job. He was trying to make sure that I did my job correctly. But as you can see, I'll see if you can see. I mean, you can tell that these, those straps are not exactly cinched down super, super tight. Otherwise, you're just gonna damage the product. So you gotta be real careful with it, kind of like plastic pipe. But anyway, so that's the spas. Got a truck going by. I don't know if I'll be able to, don't know if you'll be able to hear this. Don't know if the audio is gonna be legible, hearable. It's not legible, writing's legible. The audio is gonna be good. Anyway, so that's how you tie down spas. Super easy load. This entire load only weighs 9,600 pounds. Yeah, 9,600 pounds. And the fuel savings that I'm getting right now, I mean, we're booking it. I have a video coming out soon about my blown tire. I am gonna finish up that video and get it out there. And I said I would never drive over 62 miles an hour. I'm breaking my rule already. That didn't last very long. So, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm in a hurry to blow all these tires. That way I can just put the Bridgestones on there and run 68. That's going to be nice. But anyway, back to the road. So technically this is the next morning. I put the same shirt on for continuity, but rest assured I'm going to change that. I drove 711 miles yesterday, so whenever I got here I was a little tired, plus it was already dark, so I couldn't do this portion of the video, and this was a must. This was going to be in the video. So anyway, let's talk about these tarps. First thing right off the bat that I noticed was the material. The material feels different than my Mercer tarps, which I still have two of those up there, 2 of them 4-footers. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, it just feels different, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know the difference. A friend of mine, he felt on them yesterday. I assure you there was nothing, anyway. He told me that his tarps kind of felt the same way, and he has very, very high quality tarps, so that's a good thing. The next thing that I really want to point out is right here in the stitching. Did you see how it was triple stitched? So basically what they did was they ran the sewing machine across it, and then they backed it up, and then they ran it across it and kept going. So all of the D-rings on here are triple stitched. Now, if you look at some lower quality tarps, you're gonna see that little X pattern. And the X pattern is not as strong as triple stitching. So that's one more thing that makes, you know, these tarps a little bit more high quality, a little bit more durable. And then, if I can get to it here, and then on the very bottom, where you've got your line of grommets, this is on the back side. There's another line of fabric that they put on the back side to make your line of grommets that much stronger. So there's a lot of little details that go into making these tarps better. And I got these tarps from Lookout Mountain Tarp. They did supply me with these tarps, but they did not pay me for any of this, and they're not paying me for any of this. Everything that I'm saying about these tarps are of my own volition, but I really like, so far, I like the tarps. I mean, this is the only time that I've used them. You know, it's really light, and I like that. This tarp here in particular was built for the top deck. So it has a flap on it. It's an 8-foot drop, and I believe it is 14 foot long. I need to double check that. It's been a little while. But you know, there's enough that you could tarp that entire top deck and wrap it around something if need be. That's not, you know, probably not gonna happen all the time, but just in case. So anyway, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, but as always, stay driven.